So I just want to talk about UFC 299 and do a little quick recap on it. There's just going to be a quick video. I just wanted to get something up. So yeah, let's just go through the card real quick. I think this was a really good one, and it sucks because we got to wait till UFC 300 now for another good card, and the next 4 fight nights are pretty terrible. So while we have it, while it's still fresh on people's minds, I wanted to talk about this one. So I guess I'll start from the beginning with the early prelims and just quickly go through every fight. But there's a select few I want to really talk about. So the first one, Joanne Wood versus Marina Moroz. Good for Joanne Wood. You know, she was kind of losing the whole fight, and then she almost knocked her out at the end. So that was good. And then she retired, so, you know, you got to be happy for her. That's good. Azu Alabiyov versus CJ Vergara. This guy definitely looked good. He looks like he can be a problem at flyweight. So, you know, he's an exciting contender, getting a good win over a tough guy. So, good for him. Now this one, Rebellis Despain, the big 6'8" guy versus Josh Parisian. I mean, that was crazy, like 18-second knockout. I think everyone kind of expected that. A guy like Parisian, but still, like, just to show that he could do that in the UFC was pretty crazy and pretty satisfying to see. So he's going to be an exciting guy at heavyweight, obviously. Next, we got Michael Pereira getting first round submission in a minute. I don't really remember what he hit him with, but I think he hit him with a good punch or a good kick, kind of knocked him down and then submitted him. But yeah, that was good. I mean, just destroyed him easily. Those are always fun to watch. And then Philip Lins versus Ian Cutelaba. This one kind of sucked. I mean, Lins did really good, but, you know, with the leg kicks, really messed up his leg. But he kind of just fought scared for the last round of the fight and even the second. Pretty frustrating to watch, especially if you were going for Cutelaba, but it is what it is. He got the win, and he looked pretty good. Now the prelims, moving on, we got Kyler Phillips and Pedro Munoz. I mean, Kyler looked really good. Pedro is as tough as they come. You know, he was still coming at him the whole fight, which is crazy. But, yeah, Kyler, I mean, the guys that come out of that gym, I think it's MMA Lab where O'Malley trains. You know, you got Marcus McGee, that guy that made his debut and then won another. And then you got Mario Bautista. And then you got Phillips. I think there's another one. I can't remember, but yeah, it seems like everybody that comes out of that gym just wins their fights. It's crazy, but yeah, Kyler looked good. I'm excited to see who he fights next. He's an exciting fighter for sure. Mateus Gamrot beat RDA. This one was a little annoying too, but you know how Gamrot fights. I mean, you can't really do anything about it. Just a relentless wrestler. RDA hit him with a good knee in the first. Could have finished him there, but, you know, Gamrot was just on him the whole fight. It is what it is. He's going to keep moving up, so good for him. Macy Barber gets a win against Chukagian, and, yeah, I mean, this was a good women's fight. It wasn't boring. Barber looked good. She really came at her. Joe Rogan basically called her hot, so that was cool. Love that. Now, Curtis Blades versus Almeida. And this is one of the fights this is why I say this card was satisfying, because this was one of them. Gets a round 2 KO with 36 seconds in. And I say it's satisfying because, you know, Almeida, he's one of those guys, he's a wrestler, and I'm not one of those guys who says wrestlers are super boring and they should take wrestling out of MMA. Like, I'm not one of those guys, but his last fight against Lewis, I mean, how do you go to decision against Derek Lewis? like he just laid on him the whole time. And wrestlers like that are kind of annoying. Like, I get it if you take them down and you're going after submissions or you're punching them, but if you're just laying on them, I mean, no one wants to see that, especially at heavyweight. So I found the first round entertaining. I mean, he took down Blades like 10 times, but he wasn't really trying to move past that, or he couldn't at least. So fans are a little mad at Almeida. Like, they're getting annoyed with him because he's getting a little boring with his wrestling. But Curtis Blades showed that you can't just do that. You can't just hug my leg and sit on my knees, Like, you're going to get hurt. And he did. He gave him about 10 hammer fists and knocked him out because he was just shooting for that takedown, just kind of recklessly. And so it was good to see that from Blades. I was happy for him too. He finally got a win. He's been, he had that weird thing against Aspinall, and then he had some knockout losses. So it was good to see him get a win and beat a guy like Almeida. So maybe now Almeida will rethink his game plan a little bit. Like, I can't just shoot and be successful every time. Like, I maybe have to strike a little and get the respect. So I like to see that fight, and I was happy for Blades. Moving on to the main card, the first fight, Peter Yan got a win. Love to see that for him. Good fight against Song Yadong. I actually picked Song, and he looked really good early. But you know how Peter Yan is. As the fight goes on, he gets better. So you got to be happy for him for sure. Get back in the win column. Very curious to see what he does next because, I don't know, he's coming off some losses and some close losses. He used to be champ, so who knows what he's going to do. It's hard to say. Moving up, Gilbert Burns, Jack Della Maddalena, and this one was a little annoying for me because I picked Gilbert. He kind of ruined my parlay. I picked Gilbert, Page, Poirier, and O'Malley, so I would have won a lot of money, but it is what it is. Gilbert was kind of winning at least 2 rounds. He was on top of him in the third with 2 minutes left. And, he ended up losing. He got caught with that bad knee. And I don't want to say he gave up because he got hit really hard. I mean, no one could take that knee, but he kind of just flopped to his back and covered up. And that was it. But good for Jack. I mean, obviously a huge win, big step up, and he got the job done. So that's good. Interested to see what he does next. Now, Michael Page versus Kevin Holland. I mean, this was a good fight. Like I said, I picked Page, and he did look really good with his crazy style. He was catching him a lot. And, I went to a decision. I mean, Holland's as tough as they come, so can't really blame that. But, he hit him with some good shots, and that was a great fight. So, good for Page. I wonder what he does next, though. I have a feeling, they don't really want to push this guy. He's a little older, so they're probably going to give him a big step up next. So, that's going to be fun. Now, probably the most satisfying fight of the card. The reason for this title, the main reason at least. Dustin Poirier knocks out Benoit Saint Denis in round 2. I saw a lot of people saying that Benoit is going to destroy him. Dustin showed that, again, kind of like the Blades and Almeida fight, there's some levels, and you got to be careful with your style. Benoit is really reckless. And it usually works, but Poirier showed him that it doesn't always work. And he knocked him out cold. He was just nonstop coming at him. And Poirier just clocked him out cold. Honestly, I was really happy to see that. I was just happy for Poirier, and maybe Benoit now will take a little step back and calm his style down. Because that showed him that you can't be so reckless at the top level. So, super happy for Poirier, and they can really do whatever they want with him now. If they want to push him for another title shot, I guess they can. But, he's right back up there. So, Gaethje and Poirier are showing that, they're getting older, but they're still at the top of this division, and it's good to see. So, good for Poirier. I think he definitely humbled Benoit a lot, so we'll see where they both go next. It's going to be interesting. Main event, Sean O'Malley, 5-round sweep against Cheeto. This is good to watch. I mean, O'Malley looked really good. The only frustrating thing is, if you're someone that was going for Cheeto, you wish he just went forward a little more, especially in the later rounds when you have nothing to lose. But he did well. He caught O'Malley with some good stuff, but O'Malley just has a major speed advantage, and that was the difference. So good for O'Malley, got his first defense. That's what I thought would happen. So good for him. He called out Topuria. No. Let's fight Merab next, okay? Fight Merab. And then maybe you should fight Sandhagen after that. And then we'll talk about Topuria. But let's get through those two first. Let's defend your own belt. Let's not move up right away. But we'll see what he does. They can do whatever they want with him. But yeah, Cheeto, I don't know where he goes from here. It's a bad loss. But yeah, I'm excited for O'Malley's next fight either way. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Quick video. I just wanted to get something up quick right after this card happened. So I'll have another video coming out on Tuesday, I believe. So stay tuned for that. It should be a good one. And thanks for watching.